the championship matches at 119 pounds. In Class A, it'll be Brad Metzler of Omaha Westside, the undefeated sophomore, facing Jared Weidner of Hastings, who's 31 and a senior. In Class B, Cole Hothan of Ogallala will face Matt Morkel of Omaha Skutt. In Class C, Justin Sunday of Stromsburg, Osceola meets Tim Negley of Lincoln Christian. And in Class D, Jake Rucker of Louisville, a sophomore, faces Brent Skeahan of East Butler.
Again, I keep coming back to those team races. We got two matches here that are very important, could really decide the team races. In Class C, Justin Sunday of Stromsburg, Osceola, wrestling Tim Negley of Lincoln Christian. And in Class B, Matt Morkel of Omaha Skutt against Cole Hothan of Ogallala. That one's very important because that's a head-to-head matchup of the #1 and #2 teams right now.
And in Class A, we have a #1 ranked against #2 ranked Brad Metzler of Omaha Westside, an unbeaten sophomore, and Jared Weidner of Hastings, who was a state champion at 112 pounds last year's 30-1 and a senior. In fact, he's a two-time state champion. Jared Weidner, a chance for his third. He is an outstanding wrestler.
This is a matchup that people have been looking forward to all year long when everybody found out they were in the same weight class. Again, a two-time state champion, Jared Weidner from Hastings, and Brad Metzler is really what people are calling he's the class of Class A, just a sophomore. Over his 2-year record, he's 50-0, just 18-0 this year because he spent most of the season out, broke his ankle earlier in the year, actually had ankle surgery on New Year's Eve and had a plate and 7 screws put in, and he's back here wrestling already at the state tournament.
Well, Jake Rucker of Louisville scores the first 2 points in Class D. Jake, state champion at 112 pounds last year. He's just a sophomore, he's trying to go for 4 in a row.
That's right. He's another one of that group of 5. Or excuse me, there's 5 wrestlers looking hopefully to become a 4-time state champions and join that group of 4. Matt Morkel jumps out to a 2-0 lead in Class B over Cole Hothan from Ogallala.
In Class C, Tim Negley of Lincoln Christian now leads 2-0 over Justin Sunday of Stromsburg, Osceola.
And we've got blood time in Class B. Cole Hothan looks like he's got a bloody nose.
I think it's kind of interesting that Stromsburg Osceola, again a cooperative between the two schools for wrestling, chose a separate mascot. They call themselves the Twisters. So they didn't have to worry about which mascot to use.
Justin Sunday, he's a tough kid. He's out there. He tore his ACL this year in football and set a goal to be here at the state tournament and be in the state finals, and here he is. That's quite an accomplishment for him.
And again, this is really important in the team race, but Tim Negley, coming in ranked #2 in Class C, is 32-3, a senior, and he really has had his way so far in state tourney. He won by, he had 2 pins and then a 15-4 decision. He placed 3rd at 103 pounds last year.
And again, not only does he have the home Lincoln Christian crowd here, but he's probably got that David City Aquinas crowd backing him too.
Again, in Class B, it's Matt Morkel of Omaha Skutt leading Cole Hothan of Ogallala 2-0. In Class A, no score. And in Class D, it's still a 2-0 lead for Jake Rucker of Louisville over Brent Skeahan of East Butler. And East Butler, of course, the defending state champions, won't win it this year, but they were mighty tough in that 3rd spot.
A nice lift and bringing Brent Skeahan back down to the mat by Rucker. Rucker, this is the 3rd matchup between these two. They actually wrestled twice already this year, and Rucker coming out on top both times. First time 5-2, and last week in districts he beat him 5-1.
It's still 2-0 in Class C. And that all-important matchup with Tim Negley of Lincoln Christian. Well, now they're going to say it's 2-1. It's now 2-1 in Class C.
In Class B, Matt Morkel still holding on to a 2-0 lead, and it looks like it's going to end that way. We've got some action in Class A. That's Brad Metzler. Got Jared Weidner in trouble.
Metzler, again, the undefeated sophomore. Weidner, a 2-time defending champion, or 2-time state champ. And he is indeed in trouble with 56 seconds yet to go in that 2nd period.
Metzler, another one of these wrestlers that's pinned his way through the tournament.
We're tied at 2s in Class D. It's a 2-0 score in Class B with Matt Morkel of Skutt leading Cole Hothan of Ogallala. And now we have a reversal, and near fall in Class A as Weidner turns Metzler over.
33 seconds to go. Metzler's, he's in trouble now. He's got him in a tight headlock.
Weidner is really putting the screws to him and trying to get the big pin to become a 3-time state champion. Weidner was on his back
and
and
I
in
think
trouble.
he's got him right there.
Only 14 seconds to go in the second period. Weidner doing everything he can.
He's got that headlock pretty tight.
2 refs out there. The coach from Hastings is going nuts. He thinks the pin is there, but it is not going to be.
And time's going to run out. We've got a tie match already, 5-5 in Class A.
Some boos coming from the crowd. I tell you what, that's as close to a pin without getting it as you can get. I think you could maybe slide a piece of paper underneath his shoulder blade. And so we're tied at 5.
Sometimes in those situations, the referee has a hard time getting around to be able to see actually both angles.
It's now 4-0 in Class B. Matt Morkel of Omaha Skutt leading Hothan of Ogallala, and I think a win there just about wrap it up.
That would do it, because Ogallala probably is the only team that would necessarily have a chance to beat Omaha Skutt, and this is a way for Skutt to extend their lead over Ogallala.
Again, in Class A, Kearney's already wrapped up the Class A title. In Class D, Hebron has wrapped up the state title there. Their first ever, and Kearney's first ever. And we have some stoppages now in A and C.
Matt Morkel, just a sophomore. Down here last year, got 5th place as a freshman.
And in Class D, it's a 3-2 lead for Jake Rucker of Louisville over Brent Skeahan of East Butler. So they're having quite a match there. Skeahan defeated second-ranked Brian Carr of North Platte St. Pat's in the semifinals. So he had a big win there, and it's been really tough in the state tourney.
One thing to watch for when you're watching Jake Rucker is he's got a mean fireman's carry.
And now Justin Sunday of Stromsburg, Osceola has taken a 4-2 lead over Tim Negley of Lincoln Christian. Again, a big match for
time running out here in Class D. Rucker holding on to a 3-2 lead as the second period runs out.
Still 4-0. Morkel leading Hothan in Class B. In Class A, we're still tied at 5-5 in the third period, and that has been a marvelous match in Class A between two outstanding wrestlers. Negley trying to get a reversal and tie up the match in Class C, but unable to do so. So he still trails by 2. And we have, I think, the 4 tightest matches so far here at 119 pounds.
And again, these matches in Class B and C, these could almost pretty much wrap up the team titles for Omaha Skutt and for Stromsburg Osceola. 6 seconds to go in the second period in Class C. Again, Justin Sunday holding on to a 4-2 lead over Tim Negley.
Again, a 4-0 lead for Matt Morkel of Omaha Skutt over Hothan of Ogallala in Class B. It's a 3-2 lead, and now we've had a change, and we're now tied 3-3 between Jake Rucker of Louisville and Brent Skeahan of East Butler in Class D.
So we've got important team races in B and C, and we've got tied matches. Oh! A headlock by Jake Rucker, the exact same move he used to win the state title last year.
And Rucker, trying to be a 2-time state champ, really putting it on Brent Skeahan right now in Class D. And with a minute 3 left to go in that match, that'll be tough for Skeahan to get out of that.
Rucker wrestled East Butler's Adam Castle last year in the state tournament and used the exact same move to win in the remaining seconds.
In Class C,
he's got a tight headlock in D.
Tim Negley has gotten an escape and now makes it a 4-3 match with Justin Sunday of Stromsburg Osceola leading by 1 with a minute 40 to go in the third period.
Brad Metzler's gotten a takedown. He's going to win his second state title if he can hang on. 7-5. 7-6. They did give Hastings the escape. Metzler able to pull off the 7-6 victory over 2-time state champion Jared Weidner, and Brad Metzler becomes a 2-time state champion.
So Jake Rucker now with an 8-3 lead over Brent Skeahan in Class D. In Class B, it's still 4-0. Matt Morkel of Skutt leading Hothan of Ogallala with 44 seconds to go in that match. Skutt hoping for their first ever title. In fact, what is it, the 5th year of the school?
Again, we had Brad Metzler win his second state title, and now Jake Rucker in Class D wins his second state title.
Yep.
Both of those wrestlers hoping to become 4-time state champions.
Tim Negley of Lincoln Christian got a takedown and now leads 8-6 over Justin Sunday, Stromsburg, Osceola.
And he's got him in trouble as well.
And only 45 seconds to go in that match. And we have seen Jake Rucker again gets his hand raised as Jake Rucker wins his second state title.
Matt Morkel's going to win the state title in Class B over Cole Hothan by a score of 5-0 as time runs out. And I believe that's going to wrap up the team race for Omaha Skutt, winning their first state title just 5 years in existence, that school.
In Class C, it's now 11-7. Negley leading Justin Sunday. And Negley is really tough here with 30 seconds left to go in the match. So Sunday desperately needs to get something done and just not able to do so. And now Sunday trying to turn the corner on Negley with only 14 seconds to go. Sunday still trying to scoot out of there.
He's got to get him on his back if he wants to tie it up.
And now he comes up with the reversal.
But that's not going to be enough.
Well, oh man, it's so close, but so far away.
Now they're adjusting the score. It looks like Tim Negley, according to the scoreboard, is going to come away with 11-9 victory over Justin Sunday.
We had some light bulbs out on the scoreboard, a little tough to see what it was, but 11-9, Tim Negley wins, and Stromsburg Osceola still not able to clinch things.
They've got 2 more wrestlers coming up. And now we're going to see our first David City Aquinas wrestler.
So that weight class proved to be very exciting as we've had a couple of returning champions get another championship. But what a match in Class A. Again, Jared Weidner of Hastings and Brad Metzler of Omaha Westside. I tell you, the Hastings fans are going to be very upset about that because Weidner was so close to having a pin on Metzler. They were 5-5 going into the period.
That was just a great matchup of 2 great wrestlers. Probably 2 of the best wrestlers in the state right there.
But Metzler, as you mentioned, returning champion, now 2-time champion as a sophomore, so he'll have a shot at 4 in a row.
And as well as Jake Rucker from Louisville in Class D. So far, all of the wrestlers that are going for their 4th title are still intact for that.
Let's recap the results for you at 119 pounds. Again, Metzler of Westside, a 7-6 winner over Jared Weidner of Hastings. In Class B, Cole Hothan loses to Matt Morkel. It's Morkel of Skutt winning at 6-0. In Class C, Tim Negley of Lincoln Christian, an 11-9 winner over Justin Sunday of Stromsburg Osceola. And in Class D, Jake Rucker, another championship for him as he wins it 8-3 over Brent Skeahan of East Butler.